Hey girl, so glad that you tuned in. My name's Bethany and this is the Make Up Your Mind channel. You're listening to episode 23. Whether you're actually putting on your makeup, maybe you're getting ready for work or for school, or maybe you're in the coffee drive-thru. That sounds so good to me right now. Wherever life finds you today, I hope that you remember that there are people that are for you, that are cheering you on to succeed. Today, I hope I get to be one of those people standing like a cheerleader on the sideline of your life, helping you to make up your mind all day long about the small things that add up to huge things later on. We have been in a series on identity the past couple of weeks, and we've had some really fun guests. So if you haven't gotten to watch or listen to any of those episodes, you should definitely go back and give those a listen because we had some super fun talks. Today we're going to continue a little bit on our series of identity, but we're going to kind of narrow the focus down to a topic that I think is talked about a lot, but maybe not in the healthiest way. So today we're going to actually be talking about body image. Dun dun dun! So let's get to it. Girl, it has been a hot second since I did a makeup review. I think it's been since like the beginning of January maybe. So I feel like it's definitely time, don't you? I've been using this super fun mascara. This is just a sample size. The real size is much larger than this, and it is by IT Cosmetics. I love everything that IT Cosmetics does, actually. I haven't had one bad experience with them. So this mascara is called Superhero, and it makes my eyelashes look so much more longer and defined. I've had so many compliments since I started using this, you guys. And if you're a person like me that has really short, thin eyelashes and you need kind of that compliment boost sometimes, I definitely recommend it. You can get it at Ulta. I think it's like $25. I'm sure you can get it other places as well. It's called Superhero by IT Cosmetics. Give it a try. So transitioning to our topic today, I'm sure you can hear even some of my own body image issues by talking about my need for compliments on my eyelashes. I want to think that pretty much every woman out there deals with body image issues. I'm sure I'm not the only one, and I'm sure you're not the only one. I kind of think that the society that we live in has really built some of these things into us. I recently did an exercise, and this is going to sound kind of weird, but I recently did an exercise with my husband where I stood in front of a full-length mirror, and I looked at my body and the different parts of it, starting from my head all the way down to my feet. And I analyzed it, and I told him out loud the parts that I like and the parts that I don't like. And I soon figured out that there are a lot of parts that I don't like, and even the parts that I'm okay with, I instantly start to compare to other people, or I tell him how it could be improved. For instance, my hair, let's just start with that. I don't mind my hair, but it's very thin, and for whatever reason, I can't get it to grow longer than this. It just gets broken and has some issues, and I'm sure it's because I color it and do things like this to it. But my hair is something that I'm insecure about. Even though it's something that I kind of like about myself, I still find reasons why it's not up to par. I can pick apart basically any part of my body. I wish it was tighter, thinner, longer. Holler to the girls that are short out there. I'm with you. I can pick apart basically anything and tell you how it should be better. So with this body image issue, there's a lot of sides to it. And I don't know if you're fully aware of it, but I've been doing some thinking as I prepared to talk with you today. And the main side that I think that we all know about is the side that Olivia talked about in her song. Again, if you missed last week's episode, make sure you go back and listen to it. She talks about how there's always been a set of rules on how we're supposed to look. And I think our society as a whole knows that women that are thin and curvy is what is desirable and what is called beauty. There's even beauty trends on how you're supposed to do your makeup, how you're supposed to do your hair, what parts of your body you're supposed to show with your clothes. all the trends on your clothes and how you wear them. The list goes on and on about the rules we're supposed to follow. But there's another side that I feel like has emerged recently that kind of probably came from a place of combating that stance on what beauty is. And it's this idea of like body shaming and being okay with being you and loving the skin you're in and not being judgmental of your body no matter what size or shape it is. And while on the surface, it does seem like a more loving approach towards your body and how you might look, when we dive deeper into this idea, it actually is the polar opposite of what we first discussed, and it can do just as much harm. Do you want to know what I mean a little bit more? Let's dig a little bit deeper. Okay, this is kind of a wacky, not super well put together example, but go with me. Imagine I have a 2-year-old daughter, and this 2-year-old, any questions she asks me, can I have a snack? Can I go outside? Can I have some lunch? Can I play with my dolls? Anytime she asks me a question, I say no to everything. No going outside, no playing with dolls, no eating a snack. Go to your room, stay in there, be by yourself. If I was to treat my daughter like that, I believe that she would probably start to have issues. She'd probably start to starve for not eating. She'd probably start to be lonely. She'd probably start to not like me. She'd probably start to have some psychological issues. And no would be embedded into her brain. On the other hand, if I'm always saying yes to her instead of no, there's going to be a whole other set of issues. The yes all the time means yes, you can eat Doritos for lunch. Yes, you can, do whatever you want. Yes, you can run around the house and scream your head off. Yes, you can do all these things. But if I'm always saying yes and never saying no, how is she going to know when she's in danger that the burner is hot? If I don't say no sometimes, it's actually going to put her in just as much danger. Okay, this is a very extreme example of what I'm talking about, and it isn't a perfect metaphor, but it does kind of paint the example of these two opposite sides that we're constantly fed in society regarding body image. We as humans, we tend to be on one extreme or the other. In general, I think humans have a hard time being balanced just in any area of their life. In our minds, we can be so focused on weight loss, getting enough exercise, making sure we have the trendiest clothes, making sure that we get our hair done on time so we don't have any grow out, making sure we have our eyelashes filled, or whatever, eating the most trendy food, or making sure that we have the right skincare routine because God forbid we would ever get a wrinkle. It's just absolutely a crazy rat race towards what we have defined beauty to be. And on the other hand, some of us might look at that rat race and just go, heck no, I'm going to be who I am. I will never be beautiful anyways. So I'm just going to sit over here on the couch and eat this bag of Doritos because I'm never going to measure up. So why even try? I'm going to love the way I am and I'm just going to be the way that I am. It just feels better than to try so hard. And you guys, oh my gosh, I'm talking to myself on both of those things. I can definitely see myself sitting on the couch eating a bag of Doritos and going, why bother? But I definitely find myself in that rat race as well. And sometimes that might be you. You might see yourself in both of those things. Or maybe depending on your period cycle, you might find yourself in one or the other. But listen, can I get really deep for a second? I know that there are probably some of you out there that are getting bullied over your body image, over your size, over your weight, over your looks. And girl, I want you to know I'm not at all saying that that is okay. That's definitely not okay. And to the rest of you out there, don't be that person that's shaming others over their body. To be honest, even if it's a question mark, I would probably just steer clear in general because you just don't know where the other girl is mentally on the issue. You don't know what your comment could do to her to push her towards an eating disorder, to push her towards depression, to push her towards loneliness or insecurity. You just never know what your comment will do. So don't put someone else down because of their body to make yourself feel better. Don't, girl, here's the thing. Don't even do it in your head. Don't even go, well, I'm so much better than her. All right? Because even that train of thought is going to get you in trouble. If you find yourself doing that, comparing yourself, whether negatively or positively in your head, I want you to stop and look at the other person and see beauty in her. Not because of her body size or shape or any of that. I want you to see beauty in her because she is truly beautiful. We will talk more about this in a second. But next, I also want to say if you're listening to this and you're actually not eating, whatever your motive is, because I know there's a lot more motives than just trying to be skinny. If you're not eating, I want you to know that you are seen and you are loved. Please hear me if you're struggling with controlling what food comes into your body, or maybe you binge and purge, or maybe you closet eat, any of those areas, I want you to know that you are loved just how you are. You are adored by the creator of the universe, girl. This episode is never meant to bring shame to you, but rather to give you another way to think about your body and hopefully to set you free. Because here's the fact, no matter where you fall on this body image emotional scale, the fact is you have a body. For the most part, it probably works. It gets you from point A to point B. It allows you to interact with others and it allows you to interact with the world around you. And Psalm 139 talks about how you were formed in the secret place and how before the beginning of the world, He knew you and He created your very being. We let so much in the world inform us on how we see beauty that it's gotten embedded into our brains. And so for a second, I'm just going to say we need to uproot that in how we think about our bodies. We just need to make a quick adjustment on how we see ourselves. Instead of looking at ourselves and comparing ourselves, nitpicking ourselves, hating ourselves. This is me included, you guys. Literally, this week, I had this issue. Instead of nitpicking ourselves, what if, and I challenge each and every one of us, what if we started to see ourselves, our bodies, with God's eyes? He made me. He made me just like this. And sure, some of my own decisions have probably contributed to how I look. Not washing my makeup off at night, maybe eating that extra bag of Doritos. I don't know why it's all about Doritos today, you guys. Sure, some of my decisions have contributed to how my body is today, but God made me. If I look at my body with the tender care that God looks at me with, how I take care of my body changes. I'm no longer just concerned with being a size 2, but I change and I'm rather trying to take care of this beautiful gift that I've been entrusted with. Even if it takes a second for me to actually believe that it's beautiful. If God says it's beautiful, what He says is right and true. 100%. He is not a man that He should lie. That's what His word says. So if He says that it's beautiful, even if I don't believe it, I'm going to treat it as though it's beautiful. And you know what? I think that this outer beauty that we're looking for is going to happen the more that we actually take care of the body we've been entrusted with. Not because I have to lose weight, because I am caring for my body, because God made it and He loves it. And therefore, so do I. I don't get enough exercise. I think if I'm being honest, the area where I don't do a good job caring for my body is in my exercise. I need to get more movement, not because I'm trying to lose weight, like I said, but because I'm trying to care for my body. I know people that over-exercise. It's like almost a coping mechanism for life for them. And they over exercise. And I think maybe for some of those people, caring for their body might look like taking some rest days, might look like letting their muscles and their body recover while they put good nutrients into their body. I know a lot of people that don't eat very well. I'm probably one of those people sometimes, depending on where I'm at in the month. But I think for the people that don't eat well, that don't put good nutrients in their body, I would think that maybe looking at caring for your body might be incorporating some vegetables into your diet, maybe cutting out some of the caffeine, maybe not drinking that energy drink right before bed. Some of these little small adjustments that we can make that just say, hey, I'm grateful for this body. I want to take care of it. And the more I take care of it, actually, the more beautiful I probably will become. Do you see the shift that we make mentally when it's not just about trying to look the part, trying to compare myself to other people, trying to be a size 2 with my eyelashes done, okay? It's not about that anymore. It becomes about caring for myself, taking good care of the body that I've been given. It's this aspect of what we call stewarding, being a good steward of the body that I have. It means to manage well, to have ownership over, and to take care of what I've been given to take care of. Because it's actually not mine. I'm just caring for it in the meantime. And this is a total mind adjustment that we have to make, and it's not an easy one. It's one that we're going to have to re-say to ourselves every day because the media around us is telling us a different message. The influencers that we see on Instagram are telling us a different message. Everybody around us is buying into this, either I'm going to try to aspire to be this definition of beauty, or I'm not going to care at all. It's a mind adjustment that we have to make to shifting it to the middle and saying, no, actually, I'm going to take care of the body I have. It won't happen overnight, but the more we choose that mentality, it's going to bring us a lot of freedom and a lot more love for ourselves. I'm going to end with this verse out of Psalm 139. I'm just going to read it to you today because I really believe it'll speak to this. It says this, "Oh yes, you shaped me first inside, then out. You formed me in my mother's womb. I thank you, high God. You're breathtaking. Body and soul, I am marvelously made. I worship in adoration. What a creation. You know me inside and out. You know every bone in my body. You know exactly how I was made, bit by bit, how I was sculpted from nothing into something. Like an open book, you watched me grow from conception to birth. All the stages of my life were spread out before you." God made us. He made us exactly how he wanted us. Let's care for those bodies that he gave us. Am I right? Girl, it was so good to see you again today. I hope that you can share this episode with a girlfriend that's maybe not on this Make Up Your Mind journey with us yet. Let's encourage someone today, right? Remember that you are loved, you are valuable, and you are seen. Girl, make sure you subscribe wherever you're listening, whether it's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, maybe it's on YouTube or IGTV. Share it, subscribe, give me some reviews and some stars. And I'll love you, and I'll see you next week.